Journaling has been a part of my morning routine for almost 2 years now, and it's kind of gone through a few different forms. At first, I would just free flow journal and fill up a page, and I noticed that without any guidance, it would usually be kind of like venting about problems. And so a while back, I decided to create my own structure for it, where the first section was gratitude, and I would just write down all the little things that I was grateful for on that day. You know, a warm cup of coffee, sitting next to Joanne, Max laying by our feet, and all that little stuff would build up to be really big stuff. There were some other sections in there, and recently when I started working with my mental performance coach, Emma, I told her about that journaling, and she loved the concept of it, but wanted to try to shrink it down and have it be a little bit more time efficient. So she recommended the 5-minute journal, which is relatively similar. So every day you've got a quote at the top. Today it says, if you see something beautiful in someone, speak it. And then there are 3 sections that you write down in the morning. I am grateful for, and it's got 3 lines. What would make today great? 3 lines. And then daily affirmations, where write down a bunch of words that you're feeling, or for me, it's things that I want to be throughout that day. So that section is almost setting an intention and then kind of reminding myself and affirming in myself that I can be that person that I want to be. So today I wrote down that I'm grateful for you guys. I said a new film squad. I'm excited to see what Cam and Alejandro can do. My healthy body and the opportunity to train hard. A lot of times we take for granted when we're fully healthy. You know, you get a little injury or nag, like your shoulder starts hurting, and that's all you can focus on and feel. But when you wake up and nothing's bothering you, I think that that's an amazing thing that we need to give a little bit more love to. So feeling good today, and I'm happy about it. And then I'll run through the rest of these. What would make today great? Meeting any challenges head on and being proud of conquering them. I'll talk more about that later when we get to the gym. Seeing some awesome footage and photos from the boys. I'm excited about that. And then being able to appreciate special moments throughout the day. Alejandro reminded me of that when he said that gratitude and gratefulness would make today great. So I want to really appreciate those moments when I see them and experience them. And like this quote at the top said, speak them to people when I notice that they're doing something good. And then the last section, daily affirmations. I am. Today I wrote blessed, excited, a leader, kind, hardworking, focused, and destined for greatness.
I know it's lonely at the town, but that's not by speculation.
Okay, I'm gonna find out.
I tried throwing an ice cube at you. Easy warm up. Hey! And then we'll all rest as long as we need until we start the 8 400-meter intervals. And we can go over those when we get there. But so 2 laps easy, 1 lap moderate, 1 lap easy, 1 lap moderate.
Perfect.
Cool beans?
Yep.
That
so basically
is
a mile and a quarter right now for a warm up.
1.25 miles
Yep.
as a warm up.
All right.
Yes, sir. We've got about a mile and change easy to moderate warm up, and then 8 sets of a 400-meter run at a particular pace with 2 minutes rest between each set. So not too bad. I actually got a little intimidated when I first read it, because I thought it was 8 400s at your minute per mile pace. I was like, man, 8 400s at a 1:15 is gonna be tiring.
But it's at the 6:45 pace.
Yeah.
So that's not bad.
No. The 8 400s are gonna be. It's supposed to be 10 to 20 seconds slower than whatever your mile PR pace is.
So like 130, 135.
Exactly. So I was assuming that if my best mile is like a 5:10, that's a 1:17, 1:18.
Yeah.
So add 10 to 20 seconds to that, we're running like anywhere between a 1:25 to 1:35.
Yeah.
Which is totally doable,
Yeah,
especially
for sure.
with 2 minutes of rest.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, ready to hit the warm up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. They just wanted to buy a little extra rest last time before we start the intervals. 3, 2, 1. Vamos.
Calm down before you stress up the groove. The energy a little different when the blessings accrue. Hey, who you talking to? Just know I ain't no regular fool. Could be anything in the world, but I can never be you because I stand tall like I'm on my tiptoes. Baby, you think a little too small. I got big goals, baby. Hey, where the money at? Look, I just need the info. Pronto, I go and get it and split it with my kinfolk daily. And I'm the type of that might change my number on you. Yeah, that's how you react when people took a slumber on you. Pretty brown skin, baby, I can see the summer on you. You see all the bread, and I know it make you wonder, don't you, don't you, don't you? Ooh, I ain't surprised at all. Seen them rise and fall. Went up the mountain, it wasn't hard to climb at all. At the top, I found some relief. I finally got some peace. Carry on, but please don't mess up the mood. Yeah, I worked too hard for it. No, I need it, beat it, before you mess up the mood.
But I was saying, yeah, this is my signature product that I created with Evertrain. It's my supplement sponsor. When I first signed with them, they said, what is something that you'd want to add to our line that you feel like is missing? And basically, what I needed to supplement my training was a carbohydrate product just to refuel throughout the day. So we came up with this, and it's awesome, man. It's carbs, all 9 of the essential amino acids, electrolytes, coconut water powder, some adaptogens. It's basically like an all-in-one product that when you're training, you take 1 scoop of this and you're good to go. So I take it pretty much between all my sessions just to stay fueled up. Every now and then this lines up where the branding shows and you can take a sip at the same time. Sometimes it's like, but this one, perfecto. Boom. All right. See y'all at the Jimmy. Pretty much never wear a shirt when I'm working out in here because it's so hot and humid that there's no point. It just gets soaked right away. Sandwich menu, or they've got a salad bar, which is also awesome.
No chopped salad today?
Not today. I was giving you guys a break from chopping. Keep those chopping hands strong. Thanks, y'all. See you guys soon.
So we were having a chat in the car about affirmations, right? And for some people, affirmations is a love language of theirs, and Noah would tell you that it lifts them up, it's positive, that to bring those affirmations into your day, and sometimes you're giving them to yourself, right? For me, something I thrive off of is like literally the simplicity of this moment where we're just sitting down at a table and having quality time. So quality time is big for me, and to me, cooking, not only the artistry of cooking itself, but creating an experience for someone and sharing that experience, and again, ultimately having that quality time, that's why I think I love cooking. I'm a foodie, so like once you start to realize that you could cook what you really love, probably better than you're gonna get it somewhere else, you just, you know, making the time to throw down in the kitchen is a good time.
Water is about 50 degrees, and what makes it so much worse is that the jets are on in here, so it keeps the water circulating the whole time. Usually, there's actually a science behind this. If you're just in cold water with no current, and it's still water, the water around your body will turn warm and sit there, and so the layer of water that's surrounding you will stay warm. When there's a current moving the water around, that layer of water that usually warms up around you doesn't exist because all the water is just continuing to move. So having the jets on makes it a lot more difficult to deal with, a lot colder. But I actually feel good right now. We're a minute in and I'm good. Usually distract myself with something on my phone. Post a little video from training today on the gram. See what we got. I used to hate ice baths, dread them. And I would only do it during competitions because I knew that it was worth it. But when my coach read that study and decided that, hey, this is something that we need to implement in your training so that you can recover quicker and train harder, I said, all right, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. So here we are. About 3 minutes in, probably. Let's see. I'm gonna guess 340. 430. Even better. I got a master's in strength and conditioning and exercise physiology at UM. However, it's been how many years since I graduated? About 6 or 7 years, so a lot of that stuff unfortunately has faded from my memory. But I think the basics of it are that when you exercise, you're creating basically muscle damage. You're kind of tearing the muscle fibers. Your body's response to that is to create inflammation with blood flow so that your body can repair and rebuild that muscle. And so when you are able to take an ice bath, the ice causes constriction, or the cold water basically causes your blood vessels to constrict, and I think reduces some of that inflammatory response, which I guess you could argue, like, if the inflammatory response is helping your muscles heal and rebuild, isn't that a good thing? Yes, to a certain extent, but if you're trying to get back to training so you can train harder more often, then reducing the inflammation and also the level of soreness that you feel, I think that is a little bit more beneficial. So if there are any scientists out there watching this, leave a little comment on what the true science is so that I can make sure I say it right next time, but I think more or less that's the benefit of it.